special things that you can buy.
All right.
Yeah.
But coming into the complicated ones, like what we have here, mostly we'll find them in buildings.
Yeah.
How do we go about it? And is there one that is specific for homes and one that is good for an institution like, you know, the Standard Group?
Yeah, you look at the assessment of fire risks, and these are quite done by various institutions, and even when we are called upon to assist in identifying the right type of equipment, we could be able to. The fire, there are a number of fire agencies that can be able to help you to do this. So the type of fighting equipment that you will have in a building will depend on the possible fires that are there. For example, the kind of fires that you have in the kitchen are not the kind of fires probably you would have in the living room, for example. So the kind of fires that are there will inform you the kind of extinguishers that you will have.
And this information can be gotten by experts?
You can get from experts, and we also have the Kenya Red Cross and the Firefighters Forum launched the Firefighters Fire Safety Manual. This is the first one in Kenya that one can be able to. You can access this. At the moment, as we're doing the fire safety campaign, you can get it from the National Disaster Management Unit of the police, you can get it from the National Disaster Operations Center, you can get it from the Red Cross, you can get it from G4S. Yes, for free. For free, yes. Okay. So this is just to just talk about fire, firefighting equipment that you can locally get, and the classes of fire, and even the emergency numbers are all stipulated at the back. So it gives you all that that you need. So this you can get for free.
There we go. You know, the Kenya Fire Safety Manual that is actually free of charge, where you can get all the information you need. All right, so I want us to demonstrate, you know, how we can use this in case we have this, we are privileged to have this in the homes or anywhere where we go. How do we use that? And at what point? Do you use it when the fire is big or when it's too small, or what do you do?
Again, I would say fire starts being very small. Usually if you are in the kitchen, you're cooking, probably the first place you will have the fire is the frying pan. Now this is a fire blanket that you're usually supposed to have it just at the kitchen. Just
is it affordable?
Yes, it's affordable. This one goes on average about 3,000, between 3,400 and 4,000, depending on where you buy it.
That's a bit relative, but yes.
Yeah, it depends on where you buy it. Yeah, and the fire blanket really is made of asbestos. So what you do, if you are cooking and you have say, assuming you're cooking here, what you just do is cover the fire. And
just like that. Actually, it has been used already.
As you can see, we've used this doing demonstrations a couple of times, and it does put off the fire. So this is the fire blanket. Again, I mentioned giving tips on what else you can use. Dip the normal blanket in water or a sack, the sisal sack, soak it in water and cover it immediately. You know, then that way you manage fire. The other one is this is one of the fairly new technologies that is still coming up. Is a fireball. Now this fireball, you can place it in high-risk areas, say near sockets that are maybe heavily loaded, or areas where fire is likely to happen, maybe near a kitchen, and you can have several of them. It's normally you make a small grill that you can place it, like, you know, at that point as well. So what will happen is when you in the event of fire, then this will hit, and in 2 to 10 seconds, it will burst, and it will release chemical powder that will then put off the fire. So this is, and you can have several of them. The other way is you may get into a room like this one, and already you have a fire in that room. You can throw the fireball in 2 to 10 seconds. Then the fire will also it will burst, and the fire will go. So then the others is
this affordable? How much can this?
It's affordable. Again, in the range of between 3,000 and 6,000. Yeah, depending on who is selling and where you.
Fine. All right. Can they be gotten at the Kenya Red Cross?
No, we don't stock this. But we could be able to let you know
who can sell it, who can get it from. All right, great. Finally, I think
maybe now on the extinguishers. We use an acronym PASS for in handling any of the fire extinguishers. I mentioned about that the red one is normally water. If you see a total red extinguisher is water. If you find our extinguisher with a blue band like this one, it's dry powder. Dry powder, yes, and it's good for flammable liquids, gases. I mean, you can use that in Class A fires. Then you can have one that is either cream or with a cream label or yellow. Some of them have put them as yellow. This is for foam, and it's for not good for electricity.
Is there
then
one
we
that
have
is,
this one is carbon. This is carbon dioxide under pressure, and this one is fairly good because it doesn't leave a mess. Though mess is not a choice when you're dealing with fire.
Exactly.
So it has, as you can see, it has a wide, outlet. So what you do, we always talk of an acronym PASS, which means pull out the pin. This is the pin. Then you aim at the base of the fire. Remember, if you can actually use your extinguishing agent on top of the flame and it doesn't burn, so I mean it doesn't go off. So aim at the base of the fire and then squeeze and then sweep. So maybe you'll just use this. It's a bit it's a bit noisy, and then you sweep. So the good thing is with this one you can use it. You can use it on when you are using computers. Then you see, as you can see, it doesn't leave the mess as you would have in the dry powder. The thing is, you really need to be careful because, as you can see, it's quite cold. You can see you're likely to suffer frostbites if you use it inappropriately.
All right. So we have a few minutes to wind up. Is there one that is it can be used, in many instances if you have something that is petroleum?
These two are fairly good in most applicable in most fires.
The blue and the yellow.
The blue one and the black. This is the carbon dioxide. Because these are the two when you have electrical fires and metal fires like sodium burning, then these are unpotassium. They are not the best.
They're not the best.
These are the good ones. The good thing is this doesn't leave a mess. You're using computers, at least you may most likely be able to salvage something.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was quite an educative discussion. Yes, and I hope that soon we'll be able to have this in our homes.
So probably one other thing is just to be able to share emergency numbers. Again, very key. When you have a fire incident, the first thing, the earlier you are able to summon for help, the better for everyone. And the numbers that we have is I'll share several numbers that we have. For Kenya Red Cross, we have an emergency operation center that runs 24 hours. It's 1199.
You just use this camera?
Yeah,
yes,
1199.
Slowly, just start again, please.
1199 and 0728 602 502 0738 395 395. And for the Nairobi Fire and Rescue Services, *222 181. That is 2222 181 182 183. And we have also the National Disaster Management Unit 0772 940 579.
All right.
Yeah, so these are the numbers that if you have an emergency, you can be able to call and get that assistance. Of course, be able to get coordination on which fire engine could come and rescue in good time. Again, the message is take action before it's too late. Don't wait until you have half of the building or two buildings are down, then we are saying the fire, this is when you're calling the fire brigade, because as you know, roads are the way they are sometimes.
That's true. Traffic jams. I just want you to go through, because those numbers are very important. Maybe you can just go through them one more time. Or I can actually help you do that. Let me just do that for you?
Red Cross.
Okay.
Fire and rescue.
Okay.
And then NDMU.
Okay, fine. So in case you find yourself in a situation where you'll need a fire brigade or the help of Kenya Red Cross, the number you can call is, I think the simplest is 112.
Yeah,
112 is one of the numbers.
1199. Yeah,
yes,
all those. The 112 is for police, fire brigade.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's 112, 1199.
Yes.
There's also 0728 602 502. That's 0728 602 502. It's good to have these numbers just in case you find yourself in a situation where you'll need some help. The other number, which is Airtel, is 0738 395 395. Fairly easy to get. 0738 395 395. Those are some of the numbers that you can have in your home, so that in case something happens, you are well equipped and you have the right people to call. Thank you very much, Michael. It has been a great pleasure having you on the show. I don't know, maybe I'll ask you to leave me with a fireball. Right. Thank you very much. Remember, our top story is that sad incident where 2 students of Steph Joy Boys High School in Kiambu were killed, while 11 others were injured in a fire incident this morning. Well, the fire affected a dormitory which accommodates up to 60 boys. Kiambu County Police Commander James Mugera said the fire started at about 1 a.m. this morning as most students were sleeping. He said investigations into the incident had been launched in order to establish the cause of the fire. Those injured were admitted to Limuru Sub-County Hospital. A team of detectives were at the school recording statements from management and students. Steph Joy Boys High School is a private school with more than 400 students. Of course, we will have more details of what happens, and especially with those investigations, in our subsequent bulletins, and of course when the information gets to us. My name is Betty Kialo. That's how we wind up KTN News Desk this afternoon. Don't go away. We have KTN News Truck for the latest news updates in a short while. Stay with us.